All right, so we're diving deep today into something you might not think about every day, but it's actually a pretty fascinating corner of the real estate world.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's all about what happens when trust and probate attorneys have to deal with property,
Yeah.
when it becomes part of an inheritance or an estate.
Yeah, it's definitely not your typical house sale. There are a whole lot of extra layers.
Exactly. And I think our listeners will be surprised by some of the challenges that pop up that you wouldn't even think of.
Right. It's more than just, signing on the dotted line.
Way more to it.
Yeah.
So to get a real grasp on this, we're taking a close look in an article.
Okay.
It's called Why Every Trust Attorney Needs an Agent Like Us. A Story of a Car.
Ooh, that title already has me intrigued.
I know, right? It's by Sarah and Brandon Arlington from Rooster Homes. And that little ellipsis there,
Yeah.
that's hinting at something beyond just the usual buying and
I
selling.
bet there's a story there.
Oh, there is, for sure. And it perfectly illustrates some of the issues that can come up. So our mission today is to really dig into this article and uncover the most insightful parts, particularly when it comes to those unexpected logistical hurdles that can pop up in trust and probate real estate, and how some real estate professionals are actually equipped to handle this stuff.
You know what's really clever about this article is that they use a very specific real-world example to illustrate a much bigger challenge.
I like that kind of approach. You can really connect with it.
Yeah, absolutely, because it's not just about the legal stuff like transferring a property title.
Right, the paperwork.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. It's about all the other practical issues that can come with it, the things that attorneys and families might not even anticipate.
That's the stuff that can really trip you up.
Yeah.
So let's jump right into the scenario that Sarah and Brandon describe in the article.
Right.
A trust attorney contacts Rooster Homes. Pretty standard, right?
Seems like it, yeah. What's the initial request?
Well, the attorney needs help selling a home.
Mm-hmm.
Belonged to their client's deceased brother.
Okay, so you're thinking typical real estate transaction lists, it, market it, sell it, part of settling the estate.
You would think so, right?
Right.
But there's a twist.
There's always a twist.
Always a twist. And this one is something that's probably way more common than we realize.
Okay, I'm on the edge of my seat.
Okay, so picture this. There's an old, non-running car just sitting in the garage.
Ah, I see where this is going.
Right. And at first you might think, what's the big deal? Just get rid of the car.
Easy peasy, right?
But here's the thing. The family in this case lived across the country.
Oh, wow.
And the attorney is already swamped with all the legal stuff, the trust administration.
Yeah, they've got a lot on their plate already.
Exactly. So now, on top of everything else, they've got to figure out how to deal with this car.
And they're miles away.
Exactly. They don't have the time, the resources, or even the local contacts to handle it.
That's a real headache, and I bet this happens more often than we think.
All the time. And that's where this specialized approach that Sarah and Brandon talk about really comes into play.
All right, let's hear it.
So they see this broken down car, and instead of thinking, oh, that's not our problem, that's for someone else to figure out.
Which, let's be honest, some real estate agents might.
They totally would, but not Rooster Homes. They see it as an opportunity
Okay, I like their thinking already.
to go above and beyond to provide that extra level of service.
That's a good sign.
So they're thinking, how can we solve this for the attorney and for the family?
Resourceful, right?
Totally. And they tap into their network.
Smart move. Everyone needs a good network.
Absolutely. And they reach out to someone who's not just a mechanic,
Okay.
but also a licensed car broker.
Oh, that's handy.
Right. So now you've got someone who can deal with the car itself and all the legal stuff that goes with selling it.
It's like a 2-for-1 solution.
Exactly. The perfect combination. And it makes everything so much smoother.
So walk me through how they actually resolve this for the attorney and the family.
Okay. So they arrange for the car to be towed to their friend's shop in Santa Ana. And once it's there, the broker takes over, handles everything, selling the car, all the paperwork.
Wow, so the attorney doesn't have to lift a finger.
Exactly. They don't have to coordinate towing, find a buyer for a car that doesn't even deal with any of that administrative hassle.
I can see why the attorney would be thrilled. And the family, too. They're avoiding a huge headache.
100%. And it's not like Rooster Homes did this for free. They mentioned a small fee in the article.
Right.
But I'm sure the attorney and the family were more than happy to pay it, considering the time and stress they saved.
Oh, absolutely worth every penny. So it sounds like a win-win all around.
Exactly. Everyone benefits.
So let's break down those wins who came out on top here.
All right. So first off, the attorney, they got rid of a huge logistical burden,
Yeah.
something that wasn't their area of expertise and something that would have taken up way too much of their time.
Right. They're not car experts.
Exactly. Then you've got the family who are spared the expense and the hassle of traveling across the country just to deal with this car.
That's a huge relief for them, I bet.
For sure. And then the car itself, it actually gets sold, so the estate probably got some money out of it that they wouldn't have otherwise.
That's a bonus, for sure. And it was all handled efficiently. No one had to jump through hoops.
And of course, Rooster Homes, they solidify their reputation as a team that goes above and beyond for their clients,
Smart business move.
and it really builds trust, which is so important in this field.
Absolutely. You want to know that your real estate team has your back and can handle anything that comes up.
Right, because if we zoom out a bit, the article makes a really crucial point.
Okay, I'm listening.
Trust and probate cases that involve real estate, they're almost never just simple property transfers.
Yeah, you're dealing with people's lives here, their legacies. It's emotional.
It's a lot, and often you've got all these other responsibilities that come along with it, like clearing out personal belongings, arranging for repairs. Maybe the property needs some work before it can be sold.
And as we've seen, sometimes you've got to figure out what to do with unwanted stuff like that car.
Exactly, and that's why Sarah and Brandon are really emphasizing the need for real estate agents who specialize in this specific area of trust and probate.
It's a niche market for sure. So for any trust and probate attorneys out there, what's the key takeaway here?
I think the biggest thing is that real estate agents who really understand the ins and outs of trust and probate work, they can be so much more than just listing agents.
Right. They're not just putting a sign in the yard and hoping for the best.
They become problem solvers. They anticipate the hurdles and they come up with solutions before those hurdles even become a major issue.
It's like having a secret weapon on your side.
It is, and that proactive approach can make the whole process so much smoother for the attorney and way less stressful for their clients, the beneficiaries.
It takes a lot of the pressure off everyone involved.
I was thinking about it, it's kind of like having a dedicated project manager for all those extra details that can easily derail a trust or probate case.
Oh, that's a great analogy. It's like having someone who's always one step ahead.
And that's exactly how Rooster Homes positions themselves as that go-to resource that you can rely on.
Makes sense. So what's the specific benefit that they highlight in the article?
Their main focus, as they put it, is to make you look good.
Meaning the attorney.
The attorney, exactly. They're saying, we're here to make you shine. We'll handle those unforeseen challenges and make the whole process seamless and stress-free.
It's like they're saying, you handle the legal stuff, we'll take care of everything else.
Exactly, a true partnership. And they even invite attorneys to reach out if they want to learn more.
A call to action.
They do. They give their phone number, which is +1 323 201 2724, and their email address, hello@roosterhomes.com.
Handy to have that direct contact.
And they make sure to mention their company name, Rooster Homes, and their tagline, when we serve, you succeed.
I like that tagline. It really sums up their philosophy.
So as we wrap up our deep dive today, I think it's safe to say that when you're dealing with real estate and trust and probate situations, you've got to be ready for anything.
Like that old car in the garage.
Exactly.
Yeah, you never know what's going to come up.
And having specialized agents like Sarah and Brandon at Rooster Homes who can handle those curveballs, that's invaluable for attorneys and their clients.
Absolutely. That story about the car, it really drives home the point, doesn't it?
It does. It's one of those things that sticks with you. It shows how something seemingly small can turn into a huge problem if you don't have the right support in place.
It's a reminder that we should look for those professionals who think beyond just the basic transaction, who take into account the bigger picture and the needs of everyone involved.
And it really makes you think about all the different areas of life where that kind of comprehensive support would be amazing.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Whether it's real estate or any other field, finding those people who can not only handle the main task, but also navigate those unexpected complexities.
Those are the people who really make a difference.
They do. They save you time, reduce stress, and often help you achieve a much better outcome.
It's like having a safety net.
It is. So for you, the listener, think about where in your life or in your work you could really benefit from that kind of support. Maybe it's time we all looked for the Rooster Homes in our own fields.
That's a great thought to leave us with. It's not just about the service itself. It's that willingness and ability to handle the unexpected that really sets those exceptional professionals apart.
Absolutely well said.
Thanks.
And that's a wrap for today. Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.
It's been a pleasure.
Catch you next time for another deep dive into a topic that matters.
Until then.
Take care, everyone.